Do you think the housing crisis would discourage skilled workers from coming to Canada?
I think it would. I mean, if people are looking at coming here, but they know that they're not going to be able to find a place to live for a reasonable amount of money, it would definitely prevent them from coming. I mean, if the outlook isn't good, and even if they can make some more money here, but it's going to cost more to live, what's the point?
Yes, very expensive. So even if you're skilled, you can't afford to live where you are, right?
I don't think so. Like, especially for skilled workers, they have relatively high wage compared to the locals, so to speak. So it doesn't stop them. In fact, I think it will actually attract them even more.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
so.
so.
If they're well-informed individuals, yeah, it's an issue.
Yes, I do, just because it's so expensive to buy here and they know when they have options. And Toronto is where a lot of the high-tech jobs are. The prices might make them choose somewhere else.
I know for myself, I just moved out. I'm pretty young and trying to start a career, and I just can't imagine wanting to move here. I'm, in fact, looking outside the city, so.
It's definitely a deterrent. Like, why would anybody really want to come here with this type of market and stuff, right? So yeah, I do believe so.
I think absolutely. I think that's part of the issue, is that we're not building housing fast enough for the amount of people that we have coming into the country, and I'm very pro-immigration, but I also think that we need to definitely be building more housing for sure.
I definitely think so, yeah. Why? Well, first of all, with social media, I feel like news travels really fast, and you're seeing a lot of frustration with the housing crisis, and Canada in general, it's a big topic right now, so I definitely think so.
No, the housing crisis won't discourage skilled workers from coming to Canada. Why? Because we have a lot of opportunity and a lot of land to build extra housing here, and there will always be opportunities, I think, in Canada to build extra housing, and those services will always be sought across the country and around the world.
Yes, absolutely, it already is.
Why do you think that?
Because I have a friend who was looking to come and move to Canada and actually came and had an interview here in Ottawa. And when they were looking at the housing prices and the cost of living, they decided it wasn't a good idea and it was going to cost way too much to come here. So even though the job was looking awesome and it was a great opportunity, it was going to cost too much to come. So they decided not to.
Once you arrive, you won't find anywhere to live, and it'll cost you twice as much to eat. The question would be, in my mind, why would I come? So I think smart people across the planet will say this is not a good bet.
Absolutely, it would. Yeah. I mean, if you can't live anywhere, where are you gonna work if you can't have a place to live? That's really a big problem we have right now, for sure.
I think the answer would be both yes and no, because I'm assuming when they're coming for a better life. So maybe a housing crisis would be relatively minor compared to the situation of living. Like, I'm thinking of refugees and people from some of the countries that are having these wars that are going on.
If they're skilled workers, as in doctors, lawyers, everything else, no. If there's, in the middle class like I am, perhaps, because in some of the cities like Victoria, Vancouver, Toronto, it's ridiculous. It may encourage them to come to smaller places like here, because I find that here you can find accommodation.
I'm not sure, because it would depend on how much research a person has done before they come, right? I don't think anybody lands here and then just starts, right? But I also think there is such a factor of how many people do want to come to Canada. Like, I'm so surprised at what people will give up in another country to come to Canada for, their different reasons. And so yeah, the housing shortage. I think also there are people that may have people they can stay with for the first little while, so that might help out a bit. So I guess my answer is kind of mixed.
I would say it could be a deterrent for the best talent to come here. My voice is bad today. I think that, there's still going to be foreign workers that come here, but I think the best talent from other parts of the world, they've got a lot of options. So they're going to look at the countries that can offer them a good quality of life, including good housing and good jobs. So I think, it has the potential risk to put us at a disadvantage.